Okay, so let's go to MASC Learn and see what is there in the pre-class activity. So for this purpose, this is a week 4. This is week 4, correct? Simplex method. I already gave you the basics of simplex method in the previous class. So now it is having the basis. The main formula of doing the solution. So computation is, you have to, first of all, what you have to do is you have to convert it into standard form. Anyone quickly recall what are the three things that shows that the respective LPP is in standard form or not? Any three things? If you remember what we have to do to make an LPP into standard form? Quick recall. Yes. What we did, we were having, yes, Davut.
We use that greater then and we keep it equal and more we added S1 and S2 and S3 like this.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So we convert the constants into equations by adding slack and surplus variable. This is first thing. What is the second thing? If your objective function is of minimization type, then what you will do? Is it the required form in the standard?
We have to add it minus.
Yes, we have to multiply it by minus sign because we should convert the minimization into maximization problem, because if the objective function is not in maximization form, we will say that it is not a standard form. And the third thing is right hand side should be a positive one. So as we have seen last time, where we converted a LPP into standard form, this was the example that we had done. So it is minimize 3x minus 7y, x plus 2y less than equal to 5, 3x minus y, 3x plus 5 greater than equal to 10. So for less than equal to, we have to convert it into slack variable. We have to add the slack variable. For greater than equal to, we have to subtract the slack variable. Sorry, surplus variable. And if it is minimization type, we can convert it into maximize just by multiplying the term with the minus 1, both sides. So for instance, this is what we have done last time. This was our problem. Maximize, that is equal to 2x1 minus 3x2 plus x3. Now it is maximization, so we will keep it same. This 3 are less than equal to, so we added slack variable s1, s2, s3 and make the constants as an equality. So now you can see here right hand side is already positive, so it's fine. And then the slack variables were added in the standard form. So this is the first step of the standard form for finding the solution by using simplex method. Then the second step was to find an initial basic feasible solution. So for that what we will do? We will keep all the non-basic variable. If we recall the definition of basic and non-basic variable, basic variable is a variable in which is having one coefficient in one equation and zero coefficient in others. Okay, so that's why S1, S2, S3 are the basic variable, whereas X1, X2, X3, these are non-basic variable. So what we have done, we substituted the non-basic variable equal to 0 in the standard form. That gives us the initial basic feasible solution. And the next step is to set up the table. So now we will see how to work on it. So these are the steps here. So what we have to do now, we have to find the relative profit. So these are the steps. I hope you watched this video. So how we got this table? Anyone is having any doubt in this? How do we get this table? Any question related to simplex method? Have you gone through the video? How do we get this second step? For second step, we have to use a formula.
I have idea, but I don't know how to explain it fair.
Okay, no problem.
Maybe I will confuse the other student in my way. Yani. Better to explain to them.
No, it's not necessary. Maybe, who knows, your way is the simplest one than what I have explained in the video. It is possible because most of the time I notice that the students are explaining in much easier way as compared to the way I am explaining. There are some concepts which they explain very clearly and very easily. So, but I mean to say that the tutorial is clear, right?
Yes,
About,
miss. Not that much. Yani, bad.
okay, so let's then start writing. Start and take an example and let's solve it. Again, what happened to this? Just give me a moment. I have to open it again. So if we see this example, what is done? First of all, this question was given. It is converted into the standard form first. This is the very first step. After that, initial basic feasible solution is found. Okay, and then only the iteration was done. So let me look for an easier solution where you can understand the question correctly. Okay, let me pick any example randomly. Okay. So let's take an example. This is week 4. We are studying simplex method. So let's take maximize z is equal to 4x1 plus 10x2 subject to the constants 2x1 plus x2 less than equal to 10, 2x1 plus 5x2 less than equal to 20, 2x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 18 with x1 x2 greater than equal to 0. Okay, so if it is not mentioned that solve this LPP by using simplex method, then you can answer it by any way. Okay, you are not bound to solve it by simplex method. But when it is asked to solve it by using simplex method, then you have to follow this method, okay? Because if they didn't ask you to use by simplex method, you know that there are two variables. So you can even use graphical method to answer it, okay? So now let's learn how to use simplex method. So the very first step, as I said before, step 1, standard form. Let's convert it into standard form. Now this objective function is already maximization, so it will not change, it will be same. It will get changed only after introduction of slack variable that we will add later on, okay? Now we have three constants, 1, 2 and 3. We will convert these constants into the equations. So as all three of them were are less than equal to, it means we have to add the slack variable. So we get 2x1 plus x2 plus s1 will be the slack variable for first, become equal to 10. Then 2x1 plus 5x2 plus s2 is equal to 20, and then 2x1 3x2 plus s3 equal to 18. So note that all these slack variables are non-negative. So we have already having x1, x2 greater than equal to 0. In addition to that, we get s1, s2, s3 also greater than equal to 0. Now these slack variables were added, are not going to contribute anything to the profit. So we add in the objective function as 0s1, 0s2 and 0s3. Okay. Any doubt here up to here?
Clear, miss.
Okay, good. So next we move to the step 2. Step 2 says finding initial basic feasible solution. Okay, now when we are finding the initial basic feasible solution, what we have to do? We have to substitute the non-basic variable equal to 0. So non-basic variables are always the variables which are present in the solution from the beginning. Because if we go for the definition, what does non-basic variable means? Variable which is having coefficient 1 in an equation and 0 in other equation. So we can see S1, S2 and S3 are these variables because x1 and x2 appearing in all other equations. So we say that subsetting non-basic variables x1 and x2 equal to 0 into the standard form. We get what we will get. Say, let's say this is equation number 4, this is equation number 5, this is equation number 6. So what we will get here? Equation number 4 will implies that now x1 and x2 both are 0. So it gives you S1 is equal to 10. Equation number 5 will give you S2 is equal to 20. And equation number 6 gives you S3 equal
80.
to 18. So this is your initial basic feasible solution. So what does it represent? Initially, when there is no output, means x1, x2 represent the variable. So initially when there are no variables involved, there is no output, means x1, x2 are 0. In that case, none of the resources were utilized. Maybe it is a labor constraint or the material constraint. So it is not utilized and everything is slack, it is not used. Now we move to step 3. Step 3 is setting up initial simplex table. So here what you need to see, this simplex table, it is an arrangement. So it should have all the variables x1, x2, s1, s2, s3. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me try to do it in Excel. Maybe it will appear much simpler. Let me see if I can write. Yeah. So let's do this. So for that, to prepare the simplex table, we need standard form. So this is our standard form. Okay, I'll keep it here and we use it to fill the Excel sheet. So let's see. Now, so what do we have? We have the variables x1, x2, s1, s2, s3. So we write down here x1, x2, s1, s2, s3. Okay, these are our variables. And what are the basic variable? S1, S2, S3. So we mentioned the basic variable here, S1, S2, S3. We call them as basic variables. Okay. Now, we will write here Cj. Cj denotes the cost of these variables in the objective function. And here also we will write Cj. Again, it denotes the cost of these variables in the objective function. So just a moment, I want to insert line. Okay, I think I have to use it. Okay. Is it okay or is it confusing?
I think it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Clear.
Or wait a minute. I think I should do it in other way. Yeah. So because if I draw a line just using pens, it won't be good. So for just give me a few minutes. I'm just trying to make it look good
Take your
and
time.
understand.
We are ready.
No border, and I wanted just the outside thick border. And same is for S3 because these two numbers represent for S3. Just follow.
Miss, typing to become
More clear?
now clear, but if you are typing, that good for you.
Yeah, but you know, then writing x1, x2, x3 will be not easy. Okay, let me try this. Okay, instead of wasting time here, let me just do. Sorry, I thought of doing experiment. I don't know why, but I want it to be, at least I want it to be clear for you.
Dear, I think if you do the table in Word, it is best.
No, in Excel it is best because it can do the format.
We will try both. Okay, let's see. Because in Excel, you know what happened in Word, when I draw the lines, it will not come correctly. I know that. Let me try this one. Okay, if it not works properly, we will move to the normal one. Okay, so I will write here basic variable. Then what are our basic variable? X1, X2, X3. Sorry, we don't have X3. Basic variable. I will write VAR for variable. Okay, X1, X2, and then we have S1, S2, S3. Okay, then here what are the basic variable? S1, S2, S3. The same we have to write here, S1, S2, S3. Then here we will write Cj. This is the setup of the table, you need to memorize it. And here also Cj, it goes here in this direction, here in this direction. Okay, then on this side it comes RHS, the right hand side, and next is ratio. I'll say that, I'll tell you later on how and when this ratio will come into picture. Okay, so let's first write these things. Now, we have to fill these numbers. Okay, so how do we do that? We pick one equation at a time. So in the first equation, what we can see, S1 is the basic variable for equation number 4. Okay. S1 is the basic variable in equation number 4. So what will happen here? We will write these entries over here in this number. We will fill this by using this 4. Now S1 comes here. So what number will come here? Here. S1 x1 means S1 comes in the first equation. So what is the coefficient of x1 in the first equation? It is 2. So you will get the number here 2. Clear? How do we get 2 here? Because 2 is the coefficient of x1, where s1 is the basic variable. It is 2. Similarly, coefficient of x2 in this equation, there is no number and positive sign. It means it is 1. Is it clear? So tell me
Yeah,
what will be here?
yeah, clear.
Yes, so here S1 is 1. Can we find S2 and S3 here in the first equation? So if it is not available, we put it 0 coefficient. It is not available means their coefficient is 0. And right hand side term is 10. Okay. I'm repeating again. S1, as S1 represent S1 is available, slack variable given in equation number 4. We write the coefficient of x1, x2, s1, s2, s3 from equation 1 over here. So always we select the coefficient with sign. Okay, if it is say minus 2x1, then we should write here minus 2. So the sign is important.
Yes.
So yes.
Why S1 take it 1 and S2 take it 0?
Because in this equation we have only S1 in the first one, in the equation number 4. We don't have S2 or S3. So if a term is not available, it means it appears with coefficient 0. In other words, we can write it as plus 0s2 plus 0s3 because 0 time anything becomes 0. Okay. Similarly, here we can write 0s1 plus 0s3. So the coefficient of s1 and s3 will be 0 here. And in this case, 0s1 and 0s2. Okay. So now here for second equation, 2 is the coefficient here. And then we have 5. We don't have s1, so it is 0. We have s2, which is 1, s3, which is 0. And this is equal to 20. Can you tell me for the third one?
Yeah, miss.
Yes, please.
2,
Okay.
3,
Okay.
0,
Okay.
0, 1, 18.
18. Good. Clear to all of you? So
Yes,
we
clear.
used, okay, good. Thank you for confirming. So we used all these equations. Now what we have to use? We have to use this objective function. Now this objective function always represent the Cj. So it is having again 4, 10, 0, 0, 0 as coefficient of x1, x2, s1, s2, s3. So these numbers we will write here. So here we will write here x1, the coefficient is 4. Here it is 10. S1, S2, S3 are 0. Now this also represent Cj. So whatever numbers are here, same numbers will come here. 0, 0 and 0. Okay. Now we need to calculate the relative cost. So for that, first of all, we should calculate Zj. Once we calculate Zj, then we have to calculate Cj minus Zj. It means it's just the subtraction of two numbers. So first we should know how to calculate Zj. Okay, because what we are doing, we are having the initial solution. Now we want to move to the optimal solution. Okay, optimal solution will be nothing but finding the values of x1 and x2. So how do we calculate Zj? To calculate Zj, we have a procedure. We multiply 0 with 2, this 0 with 2 and this 0 with 2 again. All these zeros were multiplied. 0 multiplied to 0, 0 multiplied to 0, 0 multiplied to 0, and we have to add these answers. So here you will get 0.
Miss,
Yes, yes.
could you show me how you get 4 and 10 and 0 0 in the above with the CJ?
Yes, yes, it is from here, the objective function. 4,
Okay.
10,
4, 10
0, 0, 0. Because we
and
already use the constants to fill the table here, Cj we always get from the Zj.
the 0 0 0 under the other one, in the X.
This one we just recopy it from here. Because this also represents Cj. As this is Cj, this is also Cj. So we always take the value from here. So
Clear.
as
Thank
these three were 0, we get these 3 0 as well. Okay.
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Welcome. So Zj, it becomes 0. Now when we want to calculate for x2, what will happen in this case? This 0 multiplied with 1, 0 multiplied with 5, 0 multiplied by 3 and add them. As all of them are 0, it will again become 0. Similarly, when we are calculating Zj corresponding to S1, what will happen? 0 multiplied with 1, 0 multiplied by 0, 0 multiplied by 0 and so on. Okay, so we keep the Cj fixed, but we just keep on changing the numbers of the column. Is this clear? So here also it will become 0, 0 and 0, 0. So as all of S1, S2, S3, their cost was 0. So in the first simplex table, we will get all the values of Zj as 0. Okay. Now, next step is to calculate Cj minus Zj. Cj minus Zj. And I don't think you will find it difficult because you already have Cj here and this is the value of Zj. So it is 4 minus 0. 4 minus 0 which is 4. 10 minus 0 which is 10. 0 minus 0 it's 0. 0 minus 0 0. 0 minus 0 0 and here we don't calculate for RHS. Now how do we know that the solution is optimal or not? If we find any Cj minus Zj greater than or equal to 0. Yes?
Becomes screen.
Sorry?
The screen becomes slowly.
Ah, is it? Let me share it again. Okay, anyone is having any doubt so far? If no, then only we will move further.
Here, miss.
Yeah, okay.
Miss,
Yes?
can you explain again the last step while you're bringing the ZJ and these two last two rows?
Okay, no
Okay.
problem. Oh, it erased the numbers also? No. Okay, so what we were having this Cj and this xi. So what we have to do when we want to calculate Zj corresponding to x1, we have to multiply Cj with x1. So this is nothing but Cj multiplied with x1. So it means 0 multiplied by 2. So if we write, let me write somewhere here. So here Cj, what is this? Cj multiply with x1. This gives you first for that one. So you have 0 0 0 here and you have 2 2 and 2 here. So you are multiplying these numbers. So what you get? 0 0 and 0. So Zj will be nothing but addition of all this. 0 plus 0 plus 0, it gives you 0. Hence we get here 0. Now when you are doing it for x2, so Cj multiply with x2. So Cj is 0 0 0 here, the leftmost column. What are the numbers over here? 1 5 and 3. So we multiply it with 1 5 and 3. 5 and 3. So what it gives you? 0 multiply 1, 0. 0 multiply 5, 0, 0 multiply 3, 0. Then Zj corresponding to this will be addition of all this. So it will become 0. That's why it becomes 0 here. Similarly, when you are doing for S1, you are multiplying 0, 0, 0 with 1, 0, 0 and so on. Now in this case, as all of S1, S2, S3 are 0, 0, 0, you get all these Zj as 0. Okay, clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, and then Cj minus Zj is nothing but Cj is this number 4 minus Zj 0. It's a normal subtraction. Okay, so this is how it is done. Now we need to check whether this solution is optimal or not. So we say that the solution is optimal if all Cj minus Zj are less than or equal to 0. But what we can see here, this is 4, this is 10. All these are 0. So we write that as all Cj minus Zj are not less than equal to 0. The solution is not optimal. Okay, so now we look for the optimal solution. So for that, what we have to do? Let's come back here. These steps. If all Cj minus this 0, this is optimal. So now, minimum rule. What is here? The rule. Let me just see if I mentioned it here. No. Okay, let me just give you that rule. So what we have to do from here, we have to select the maximum one. So let's pick the maximum. What is the maximum here? 10 and 4. So we select maximum of 4 and 10, which is 10. So this will be your incoming variable. So we say that this is incoming variable. See, what does it mean? It means that if S1, S2, S3 are the basic variable, we are not getting an optimal solution. So we will replace any one of S1, S2, S3 with another variable so that you will get a optimal solution. See here in this one, when Zj under this RHS, this represents the profit or the cost. So if it is 0, it means it is not giving any benefit to the person, the manufacturer or the company owner. So in this case, we will look for the optimal solution. Now, incoming variable will be the one which is maximum. So we say that x1 will come, enter the basis. Now, x2 should take position of s1, s2 or s3. Means we cannot increase the size of the of this basis, or what we can say that to understand it, in a company there are 3 people, s1, s2, s3 are working. These 3 people are working for a company and they are not giving any profit. So the employer wants to see that how to increase the profit. So when this calculation was done, the employer saw that if x1 variable, if the person x1 enter the company in the position of s1, s2, s3, employer will get a profit of 4 unit. On the other hand, if x2 is introduced in place of s1, s2, s3, it will give you a profit of 10 units. So definitely employer wants to try the one which is giving maximum profit, right? So out of 4 and 10, 10 is giving maximum profit. So employer wants to introduce x2. So now employer also wants to see that which one of s1, s2, s3 should be replaced. So for that one, how to decide which one should be replaced? What we have to do? We have to calculate ratio. Now, how do we calculate ratio? Ratio is always RHS, right hand side, divided by the number in incoming variables, number in incoming row. So what is it here? In this case, it will become, the numbers are 10 divided by, now incoming row is this one, right? Because x1 variable is incoming. So what is the number? 10 divided by 1, which gives you 10. Here it gives you 20 divided by 5. So which will be 4. And here it is 18 divided by 3 gives you 6. Now out of these three, employer will select the minimum. This is the minimum. Because what it gives you, just to make you understand that S2 is the person who is giving the minimum profit to the company. Means when S2 and X2 are working, they are getting profit of only 4. Whereas when S1 and X2 working together, they are getting profit of 10 units. S3 and X2 giving a profit of 6 units. So S2 is the one who is giving less profit. So in this case, S2 will leave the basis. This will be the outgoing variable. This will be the outgoing variable. So it means X2 will take the position of S2. Clear? So what you have to do, just to understand, you have to start with, from CJ, you have to select the maximum. This is the maximum. Then find the ratio. Ratio is always right hand side divided by the right hand side divided by the numbers in the incoming column, not row, it is column. Incoming variable column. Okay, clear? Now we will make new table. So you can either continue the table here. So what will happen here? We will have new variable.
Miss,
Yes.
oh, that when the maximum become 4, I take it the table is 2, 2, 2.
Yes.
Oh,
Good question. So it depends. If you are selecting this row, you will take 2, 2, 2. If suppose you have here maximum, then you take 0, 1, 0. Now notice that if in this minimum, if it is coming negative, then ignore. Don't use it. Okay. If it comes 0 is positive, it's fine. If it becomes infinity, infinity means any number divided by 0, then also ignore. Don't use it. Okay, like if suppose you get 2 divided by 0, then don't take it. If it is minus 3, don't take it. Okay. So now let's complete it. So again, you can complete the same table here. I'll just write down it again quickly because otherwise it will not be clear enough to show you in the window. S3, RHS, this is basic variable, CJ, okay. So now what will happen here? This is our table. Okay. So what will happen now? Basic variable. If we look at the basic variable, what happened? S1 will be there. In place of S2, now X2 will come. Don't change the position. It is like these three are the chairs which are placed in these offices. So if X2 is coming in place of S2, S2 will take the office of X2. X2 will take the office of S2. Okay. This X2 cannot take office of S1 or S3. So consider it like this. So it will be here, say X2 and here S3. It will be same. Okay, now here the numbers. What will be the numbers? For S1 it is 0. For X2 it is 10. For S3 it is 0. Clear? Better I will not draw this line. Clear? Now, any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so now we will make the table. Now new table. So first of all, what we need to see.
Where is
Yes.
the next one?
Sorry?
Okay. Don't
X1
take it there. Okay.
we now introduce only X2 because X2 comes. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is next? We have to see the pivot number. What will be the pivot number? This was your incoming. Okay. This is outgoing. So what is the point of intersection? Point of intersection is 5. Right? So this 5 is nothing but your pivot number. Pivot number. So now see, the new variable that enters is x2. So we will first write the numbers here for x2. So how do we start with? Write the old number. Let me do the calculation here on this side for x2. So what we will do, we will write the old numbers. What are the old numbers? 2, 5, 0, 1, 0 and 20. We are not writing the RHS ratio, sorry. Divide these numbers by pivot number. Pivot number is 5. Divide by 5. This gives you the value here. This is for x2. So 2 over 5, it's up to you. Either you convert it into decimal or you keep it 2 over 5. Up to you. 5 over 5, 1. 0 divide 5, 0. 1 divide 5, 1 over 5. It is 0. RH is 20 divided by 5, 4. Okay? Clear?
Yes, clear, doctor.
Okay. Now we have to write terms for S1 and S3. So we can select any one first. That doesn't matter. So let's say we start with S1. So to calculate these numbers, we have to follow a rule. What does that rule says? This is called new row. New row. So the rule says that new row is equal to old row minus sorry it was correct. Old row minus number above or below pivot multiplied by number in not number, it is the new row. Of the table. Means whatever is the new row here, that will be here. Okay. So for S1, what will happen? Let's see. Old row numbers are 2, 1, 1, 0, 0, 10. So we will write them. 2. I will write it in this. 2, because we have to do calculation. 2, 1, 1, 0. 0, 10. 0, 10. Minus with all. What we are doing, number above or pivot element. Now S1, the position of S1 is above X2. So here we will check take the number above pivot number, which is here 1. 1. So all here is 1. Multiplied by, what you have to multiply? The new row of the table. So new row of the new table, this one. This is the one which we calculated. So 2 over 5, 1, 0, 1 over 5, 0 and 4. This is the procedure, okay? So it gives you 2 minus 2 by 5. So it is 10 minus 2, which is 8 over 5. This gives you 1 minus 1, that is 0. 1 minus 0, which is 1. 0 minus 1 over 5, which is nothing but minus 1 over 5. This gives you 0 minus 0, which is 0. And 10 minus 4, which is 6. So now these numbers 8 by 5, 0, 1, minus 1 by 5, 0, 6. It comes here. 8 over 5, 0, 1, minus 1 over 5, 0 and 6. Clear? Most important is to remember this formula. You need to know this formula. If you don't know this formula, then this calculation will be difficult. If you understand this formula, how to use it, it will be much easier for you.
Miss,
Yes.
why after equal that 2
Or
minus 2 minus
2 by 5.
and 1 and
I multiply this. 1 multiply 2 is 2. Divide 5. 1 multiply 1, 1. Okay. This is what you are asking, right? So you have to
no,
multiply.
see old rule minus and you are here you are 2 minus 1 multiply is 2 divide 5
Yes.
here. Okay,
It should be, means this should be like, see, first we have to do the multiplication and then we do the minus.
okay.
Okay. Always remember, yeah, good question, because this is the point where students are doing mistake. So first you have to multiply and then you have to subtract. Okay. Similarly, if we do it for S3, what will happen? In place of old row, it will be 2, 3, 0, 0, 1, 18. Let me write it here. For S3, 2, 3, 0, 0, 1 and 18 minus the number above or below pivot. Here it is 5. Position of S3 is down. So the number below the pivot is 3. So here the number is 3. Multiply by the new row of the table. So new row is the same one, the one with X2. So it is 2 by 5, 1, 0, 1 by 5, 0, 4. It will not change. 2 over 5, 1, 0, 1 over 5, 0 and 4. Then we simplify. This is for S3, huh? So it is 2 minus 6 over 5. 10 minus 6 is 4. That's what I'm saying. You can use even calculator to put it in the decimal. It's fine. 0 minus 0, which gives you 0. 0 minus 3 over 5 gives you minus 3 over 5. This is 1 minus 0 gives you 1. And 18 minus 12 give you 6. So you will get 4 by 5, 0, 0, minus 3 by 5, 1 and 6 as the new row. Okay. So let me write here 4 by 5, 0, 0, minus 3 over 5, 1 and 6. Sorry, what is here? Yeah, 1 and 6. Okay, now again calculate Zj. Remember how we calculated Zj? We multiplied 0 with this, 10 with this, 0 with this, and then add these numbers. Now in this case, you see that for x2 we have 10, which is not 0. So here, unlike table 1, we will get non-zero numbers. Okay. So if you see here, what you will get the non-zero numbers? We will get non-zero number here. 10 multiply 2 by 5. Means basically this 0 and 0, it's not going to contribute. So it is 10 multiply 2 over 5. 10 multiply 1. 10 multiply 0, because all those other terms will become 0. So you will get Zj as 10 multiply 2, 20 divided by 5 gives you 4. 10 multiply 1 gives you 10. 10 multiply 0, 0. 10 multiply 1 over 5 gives you 2. 10 multiplies 0, 0. And 10 multiplies 4 gives you 40. Next step, Cj minus Zj. So what is Cj minus Zj? You have Cj here. Hmm. 4 minus 4 gives you 0. 10 minus 10 gives you 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 2 gives you minus 2. 0 minus 0, 0. So now here we say as all Cj minus Zj are less than or equal to 0, means this solution is optimal. Means we have to stop here. This is how do we understand that we have reached to the solution. Now, what is the solution? I mean, what are the values of x1, x2? That is the solution. And what is the maximum value of z? So for that, we have to look at this final table. So in the final table, you see the variable x2, it takes the value 4, the RHS side. Okay, so we say that solution is x2 is equal to 4. What about x1? You see x1 here? There is no x1 in the final table. So it means its value is 0. Okay. S1. The value of S1 is on the right hand side, 6. S1 is equal to 6. S3 is on the right hand side, which is 6. And maximum value of Z. This is always here, the intersection. Zj towards the RHS. So maximum value of Z is 40. So this is your solution. Okay, so this is your solution.
Again, Miss, again, 40 from where?
40 from here. When you are calculating Zj, you calculate up to here S3 and after that this number. This is nothing but your Zj. Z, sorry, not Zj, Z. Okay.
Mr. I'm not get it. 40 from where?
Here, see, you see Zj 4, 10, 0, 2, 0 and 40.
Yeah.
How do we get 40? 0
Yeah.
multiplied by 6, which is 0. 10 multiplied by 4, which is 40. 0 multiplied 6, which is 0. So multiply, it gives you 40. And 0 multiply 6, 10 multiply 4, 0 multiply 6, it gives you 0, 40, 0. When you add all of them, it gives you 40. This is how we get Zj, right? So this
Yeah.
is your Z value. And this is nothing but the value of x2. This is nothing but the value of s1. This is the value of s3. The variables which are not here. x1 not here, so value is 0. Even s2 not here, so its value is 0. This is how you get the solution. Now, suppose here, if all are not negative, not 0 or less than 0, if one of them is equal to greater than 0, means instead of -2, if this is +2, then what will happen? You have to repeat the procedure like this. Select the incoming variable, find the ratio to get the outgoing variable, find the pivot number, then do this calculation to get the new table. Okay, this is the simplex method. I hope it's clear because you already got 2 examples there in the video and I explained you another one. Any question, any doubt? Any question from here?
No
Rubbish.
question, doctor, but more confusing.
Yeah, it is long and it
Miss,
needs
Miss,
practice. It needs practice
we
actually.
hope understand. Really, well, it is very difficult to understand with this شخابيط and شخابيط كما قال صاحبنا كذا.
Online, you mean to say? Actually, it need time to understand and you need to practice because here every step need attention because here you have see different formulas for everything. Like from here when you are moving to new table, first of all how you are moving to new table, what will be the incoming variable. Here you are selecting maximum, for ratio you are selecting minimum, then you are selecting outgoing variable. So it is having so many ideas. I understand. It takes time to
Yeah,
understand
but
it.
this is one question, Miss. It is
Yes,
too long to solve this problem.
yes, it is taking time like this.
Miss, it is in the assignment, the question
Yes,
number 1.
yes, it is there in the assignment. Yes.
Question number 1 or 2.
Okay, Miss, will solve it together or what? An assignment.
Assignment you have to solve yourself.
Okay.
Don't solve it with anyone. Huh?
No,
Assignments you have to do
I mean
individually.
with you, Miss.
No, no, no. If I'm solving, then what you will be doing? Huh? I am explaining you another examples. So now
Oh, we
you
are
follow
confusing with
this.
this problem. Okay,
Uh,
we'll try to record and see the record
See,
back.
this is already recorded. In addition to this, in the I already uploaded recording, in the that material, what you say. Even you find this recording here, how to do this. Uh, Even in the pre-class activity, there are videos. And the method that I told you, you have to click here. Means if suppose the videos are not clear enough to you, you can use this resource. Here the method is described, step by step method. How I did it? The same thing. And the method that I was talking about, the formula, See the procedure. New number is number in the old row minus number in the old row above or pivot below pivot number and corresponding number in the new row. So see, I'm just whatever I explained to you, it is written here in this source, as well as there are videos. So this is available here on page 1 on this link. Okay, then you have these videos, 3 different videos to get to the step one by one. Then this is a solved example done for you. Then there is another video explaining the same question, means same type of question. So, and plus I already explained you, this is one more question other than the previous one. So in addition to this, I already explained you one more time. Now taking different examples, so you got so many examples. So when you practice these examples, I'm 100% sure the procedure will be clear to you. Again, I'm saying don't share your work with anyone. Okay, this is in the assignment. Yes, now I'm reading your comments. This is in the
Dear,
assignment. Yes, yes,
can
please.
you repeat the last thing for how
Uh,
find Z? It is 14y.
which one? How to get how we get 40?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it clear how do we get 4 here?
No,
Okay,
no.
let me repeat it from here, from ZJ. So how do we calculate ZJ actually? You remember this thing I explained for ZJ? Now let's take it here. So you have here the numbers 0, 10, 0. Here the number is 8 over 5. This is below x1, huh? This is 2 over 5 and this is 4 over 5. Now when I am calculating ZJ, this is your CJ. And this thing is not here. So what I said, we have to multiply these two, multiply these two, multiply these two, and add the answer. That gives you ZJ. So what we will get, 0 multiply 8 over 5, 0. 10 multiply 2 over 5. Let me write it here. And here 0 multiply 4 over 5. So this gives you 0 multiply this, 0. 10 multiply to 20 over 5, 4. This is 0. So when you add all of them, what you get, 0 plus 4 plus 0 as 4. So this is how you get this 4. Okay. Now this was for x1. If I replace it by x2, if I want it for x2, what will happen? Cj will be same, 0, 10, 0, that is on the leftmost corner. And for x2, what are the numbers? 0, 1, 0. x2, 1, 0, 1, 0. So again, same thing, we multiply these two numbers. So what we get? 0, 10, 0. When we add them, we will get 10. So this is ZJ. So this is how we get here 10. Now, if we go for next one, similarly, say if we want for S2. So for S2, what will happen? Again, we have Cj, which is 0, 10, 0. If I want for S1, numbers are 1, 0, 0. So I will write 1, 0, 0. Multiply them. Multiply them. So this gives you 0, 0, 0. So this gives you Zj as 0. Now for S2, We have 0, 10, 0, minus 1 over 5, 1 over 5 and minus 3 over 5. We are going to multiply them. So this is 0. 10 divide 5 is 2 and this is 0. Gives you 2 for S2. And similarly we get for S3. Now let me tell you for ZJ. CJ 0, 10, 0. Now what is in the RHS? The numbers are 6, 4, 6. So you multiply them again. So this is 0, 40 and 0. Add them, gives you 40. This is nothing but the Z value that gets from RHS. This is here. Okay, clear? So this is the formula that you need to remember, the way how it is coming.
Yes, they are now clear.
Okay, good. And then when you are writing the solution, S1, X2, S3 here. So these are the values 6, 4, 6. This is Z value. And the variables which are not present, their value is 0, like S2 and X1. Okay, so this is about simplex method. And I'm sure when you watch these videos, it will be more clear. And I suggest you to download these videos as well, this videos, which will be like once we finish the session, your video will be published here in the same chat window. I suggest you to download all these videos, the videos of the previous weeks as well, because today only I came to know that these videos are getting disappear after a few days due to some settings in the MS Teams. I'm not sure, but so that's why I'm saying, to be on safe side, better to download these videos and keep it with you for your future references.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes,
From where I get the previous videos?
it is there in the chat. Here in the chat.
Because this one, the first class I attended.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is there? What's your name?
Walid.
Walid. Okay. Walid, but you were there in the previous sessions, means you were registered from the beginning or you newly registered?
No. Only last week I registered.
Okay, fine. No problem. I have the link of these videos. I will share it with you.
Okay.
Because for other students, I already shared. I'll share with you as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So just
Thank you.
in case you don't have access to those videos because you were not in this class, let me know. Okay. I will add you and then download these videos and practice.
Done.
Okay, then.
Miss, I have one question, please.
Yes, tell me.
I tried to use Word
Uh-huh.
to drawing a learning program. So I face some problem. I don't know how to drawing in Word. Could you please?
Graphical method you mean to say?
Yes.
That won't be a problem. See, in graphical method, generally we are using here shapes, insert, shapes you can use and make a chart by using these arrows. Like suppose you select this arrow, you make x-axis, y-axis. I understand it will take more time. So that's what I said. If you want, you can use this one, or what you can do is you can take any online software to draw the graph. But I recommend draw it by using pen and paper and then take a picture and insert it with your assignment. That will be much preferable. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Because I try many times doing it cannot come exactly what I want.
It will come like this. It will come like this. Means if you want to draw, it will come like this, but again it will be more time consuming. And I don't want to test your understanding of MS Word. I want to test your understanding on the subject. So it is fine for me if you draw it on pen and paper. Make sure that it is neat and clean and attach it with your assignment. Means take a picture, put it inside your assignment. See, again I'm repeating to all of you, only picture of the graphical method will be accepted. Others I will not accept. Images I will not accept. You should type the assignment. Okay, and how to type the assignment? The video tutorial is already there. When you have x1, x2, something like this, how to use equation editor for that, it is already available in the assignment, in the same place where I uploaded the assignment. Okay, here in assignment 1. If you look at this useful information, there is a video explaining how do you type the assignment. So this is the video. Means how to type the, not the assignment, sorry, the words, the equation x1, x2, x3. So you can refer to this. Now, so this is about the simplex method. Then once you complete this, we have some more questions to solve here for your practice. You can find it here. Okay, and then
Miss,
for the
last question. Excuse me. Last question in
yes.
the assignment. Little bit confusing, يعني.
Means about the marks in your in-class activities.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as I said before, I will be conducting some activities. Means it will be like online quizzes. Like after explaining you something, like now we finish with unit 1, right? So now I will be conducting a short quiz. Not today. I will inform you 1 week in advance by email. So most likely it will be next week or week after. Okay, and then it will be based on this unit question. It will be an online quiz. For example, it will have some question like formulation question that we have studied in first topic. So I will ask you what are the constraints, what is the
No,
objective
miss.
function.
My question in assignment number 1.
Hmm.
The last question in the assignment. Question number
Let
4.
let me open.
About
Which question?
Richard. Down, last one. Number 4.
About Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, this question number 3 and 4. It is based on next unit. We have not started with it.
Okay.
So far, we
I
covered.
tried to read about it, by the way. So I need to dig it. That is mean from ID card or student ID.
Your ID, your MEC ID.
Okay.
What's happening? Wait. Okay, it means the question itself is not clear to you. I thought you were asking about the solution method. Tell me. I will clarify this now only.
Miss,
Here, you said
proposal.
we don't have proposal. We have just this assignment.
Okay.
Okay, so for this module, for mathematics modules, you don't have. Okay, so here you are asking any 2 or 3 digit integer using your digit of your
Yes.
ID. So here see, if suppose your ID is say 12S1234. So there you have to select any 2 or 3 digit number. So you can use either 23 or 34 or 12, any number, or you can use 3 digit number 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3 like this. But you cannot use 89, 97, 65. These things you cannot use. Why? Because it is not in your ID. The digits are not in your ID. Okay? Clear?
Yeah, clear. I think
So
my ID card.
No, it's from your MEC ID. Okay.
Yeah, clear.
So you select the numbers yourself, and it's good that you already started reading the material because all the material is with you. So you can, if you have time, you can go through these materials and start completing your assignment. So like in next week class, we are going to start with pre-class activity, which is on the next unit, decision theory. So after
Miss,
completing,
question number three. Question number three is
yeah,
only about explanation.
yeah, explanation. First you
Yeah.
have to define, and then you have to inform that what are the methods, and then you have to give an example. Not only explanation.
Yeah.
It's an
Example.
example that should be
Method
from your,
example.
sorry,
It's about يعني method example or by word. You mean?
mathematics example, na? It will be like this. It will be from here. I'll tell you. So these are the theory that you need to know about decision next unit. So this is pre-class activity material for the next week. So after completing the simplex method, you have to go through it. Uh, it will be an example. Wait. Something similar to this. Okay, so if you are giving your own example, then it's fine. But if you are picking the example from some source, don't forget to add the reference for that. Okay, you should properly give the reference of that document. Okay, like this is a question. So this kind of examples. But if you are making up your own example, that is fine. So next week, what you have to do, we
Clear,
are going
miss.
to start with next unit. Okay. And then this, which is about decision theory, you are going to learn about what are the various steps. When we talk about decision, we think that it's not mathematics. It's just like we are making the decision, but this is not the case. When we are making a decision, it involves mathematics in one or other way. So, and there are some different conditions under which we are taking decision. So that's what we are going to study in this unit. So here it is mentioned what are the different decision making environments and what are the methods to make decision. Of course, it's mathematical methods, and then how to represent decision tree. Okay, so here it explain about what is good decision, what is bad decision, then what is decision theory, okay, how it is related, how it is defined in different fields, and here are some examples. So again, this module, this topic is more depending upon your understanding, how well you understand. So I want you to go through this. Then these are the components of decision theory. Like in the simplex, like in the linear programming, we have the components as decision variable, constraints, right? So these are the things here, alternative states of nature and payoff. So go through these things before coming to the next class. Some examples are there, and then we will discuss these things. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
miss.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
For the assignment, you said this simplex method is there, right?
Did I said that?
No, now the students has asked if simplex method is there in the assignment. You said yes.
Yes. Okay.
You have to read. I
I
read,
don't
it's not
tell
there.
you. Actually, the thing is that if you read it, because I want you to read and understand. I don't want to tell that you have to answer it by this method or that method.
Okay.
But tell me, what is your question?
No, because I read the assignment, it like only LPP. You did mention the simplex method.
Yes, I didn't mention the method, correct? Whatever you understood is correct. I didn't mention the method. That's why I want you to read and see what are the methods that we have studied and which method is applicable to solve that question. Okay, that's why it is a part of the question that find what is the appropriate method to solve this LPP and why. This is one of the part of the question. That's the reason I am not answering it here, because I already answered this thing while explaining the topics.
Yes.
Okay. So, and believe me, it's not difficult. Once you read it, you will definitely know. Because if you answered the very first question, how many constraints are there and how many variables are there, then you will understand what is the appropriate method and why. Because then you will compare that we studied different methods. So what are those different methods? And if one method was already there, why do we need the second method? So if you know the answer of these two questions, you will be definitely able to answer this. Okay? So just read it. You will get.
Okay,
Okay.
sure. Thank you.
And good. Keep on asking the questions. It's fine. Don't hesitate. Okay? Any more questions from anyone else?